Welcome, future educators. If you're currently grinding through your technical teacher certificate training, well, you already know that mastering exactly how you deliver complex information is literally the ultimate game changer for your career. So let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're dissecting a foundational pedagogical tool straight from our source material. It's a method that actually bridges the massive gap between what you're saying and what your students are actually understanding. You know that look, right? The glazed over eyes during a really long lecture? Well, this golden rule from our source material is the absolute cure for that. What is seen and heard together is understood better and remembered longer. It's a super simple concept, but it is the entire foundation of effective teaching. Just standing at the front of a room and talking at students, it falls short, especially in technical fields where we really need to ground those abstract concepts. Make this quote your new teaching mantra for sure. Like any solid lesson plan, here is our syllabus for today. We're going to cover the ultimate teaching combo, the core objectives, a 5-step classroom process, some practical examples, and finally, take an honest look at the merits versus the demerits. Section 1, the ultimate teaching combo, merging theory with practice. All right, let's dive right into this first section and explore this ultimate solution for student engagement. Imagine a truly dynamic classroom setting. The teacher is explaining the theory, sure, but our hands are simultaneously at work with the lab equipment. And the students, they're leaning in, their eyes completely locked on the demonstration. They aren't just hearing about a chemical reaction. They're watching it unfold in real time. This right here is the absolute gold standard of technical teaching. So for your certification exams, and honestly just for your own pedagogy, you'll want to lock in this definition. The lecture-com demonstration method is exactly what it sounds like. It's a teaching method where the teacher verbally explains a topic and practically demonstrates it to make things crystal clear. You aren't just a speaker giving a monologue, and you're not just a silent performer doing a magic trick. You are seamlessly marrying the verbal explanation with the practical demonstration into one powerful experience. Section 2, Core Objectives and Traits. Why this method works. Moving right along, let's look at the specific goals we're trying to hit when we deploy this in a technical setting. Now, obviously, the primary goal here is to make the concept clear, but it goes way deeper than that. By forcing students to actually watch a demonstration, you are actively developing their observation skills. You're correlating the theoretical with the practical. And honestly, this naturally cranks up their overall interest because the lesson suddenly feels alive. Ultimately, it promotes lasting learning. It's not just passive transfer, it's active engagement. Look, if you take absolutely nothing else away from this masterclass today, please remember this incredibly simple but totally powerful equation. Explanation plus demonstration equals effective learning. Seriously, write this on a sticky note and slap it on your lesson planner. If you're explaining a concept without demonstrating it, well, you're really only doing half the job. Section 3, the 5-step teaching process, your lesson plan blueprint. Okay, let's break down all this theoretical magic into a totally repeatable, chronological process you can use every single day. Think of this entire process as your roadmap. A really successful class period moves sequentially. You don't just walk in and immediately start an experiment, right? There's a very deliberate buildup and a deliberate wind down happening here. It's a journey from creating that initial spark of curiosity all the way to absolute clarity. Let's see exactly how this builds. Step 1 is gaining attention. You've got to hook them before you even touch a single piece of equipment. Then we move to step 2, explanation. This is where you verbally lay out the topic so they know exactly what to look for. Step 3 is the main event, the demonstration itself. Show them the physical proof. After the big reveal, step 4 is Q&A, which is absolutely vital for clearing up any localized doubts. And finally, step 5 is your conclusion. Summarize it all so the learning is completely locked in. Section 4, practical classroom examples, bringing it to life. All right, let's step out of the theoretical realm for a second and look at how this actually plays out with some specific teaching aids. Whether you're showing water literally turning into vapor, or maybe breaking down the anatomy of a plant using a physical model, the verbal explanation has to happen simultaneously with the physical display. Take map reading, for instance. You wouldn't just stand there talking about topical lines without actually pointing to a physical map, right? The exact same logic applies to technical subjects. You correlate that abstract theory with the physical reality right in front of their eyes. To actually pull this off, you're going to need to master your teaching aids. And these can range from simple charts and physical models to projectors, videos, and complex laboratory apparatus. The tool you choose depends entirely on your subject matter and, well, your available resources.
A video playing on a projector can honestly be just as effective as live lab gear if it clearly demonstrates the concept. The whole point is that the visual aid serves the demonstration.
Section 5. Merits versus demerits. An honest evaluation. As professionals, we always need to objectively evaluate our tools. So let's weigh the incredible benefits against the more sobering realities of this method. On the plus side, the efficiency is just amazing. Concepts become clear, it connects theory directly to practice, and students learn way more in a fraction of the time, building lasting memories. But let's be real, this isn't a lazy teaching method. It's super time-consuming to set up a lab, and it demands some serious skill to balance talking and doing at the same time. Plus, there is a massive hurdle for us technical teachers: visibility in large classes. I mean, if the kids in the back row can't see what you're doing, the entire method just kind of falls apart. So as you keep preparing for your certification and designing your future curriculums, I want to leave you with this one thought. Which of your future technical lessons will absolutely demand a demonstration? Make sure you're always planning to explain and show. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Now get out there, combine your explanations with some seriously powerful demonstrations, and create some truly lasting learning.